we interrupt this podcast for a special military announcement. The Swarm have arrived and continue their advance across the Apalu region. Brave individuals from all walks of life have joined the SDF to bolster the ranks and push back against the endless onslaught of Swarm forces. The foolhardy Fifth has pulled back to replenish their numbers and rest from the battle at Stone Sea. More than ever, it is time for all citizens of Suskalon to step up and contribute to the ongoing war effort.
But sir, I'm no soldier. I'm just a man who listens to a podcast.
Even you can help in the effort to defeat the terrible Swarm.
Really? Gee, that's great. But how can I possibly help?
You can assist by participating in Cosmic Crits Season 3 Create an NPC Challenge. To win a war, people and beings of all types are required, and we need your help filling Suskalon with all types of unique NPCs. Your NPC can be in the Suskalon Defense Force, or be one of the thousands of civilians trying to stay safe or help in the war effort. Or maybe your NPC is a Swarm defector, a traitor who believes the Swarm should be joined rather than fought against. Your creativity is your only limitation.
Wow, I can't wait to help and create an NPC. Is there any place I can go and learn more?
Why, of course. Head over to CosmicCrit.com and check out all the rules and guidelines. Get ready to join in the greatest war effort against the Swarm in known history. Only with your help can we send these pronkers packing. Now, back to the excitement. It is episode 109 of Cosmic Crit, High Robots.
Episode commencing in 3, 2, 1. Episode initiated.
This episode has to start sometime. We left it off somewhere. What better podcast than Crit? What better time than now? All Aslanti can't stop them now. And that's right. It's time to turn off the lights for some guerrilla podcasting as we rage against the Aslanti machine. I am the Nina, the Penta, the Santa-like GM on the show, and you can call me Patrick. Joining me in having destructive thoughts about burning the whole corrupt system to the ground are my 5 friends and your players. To my right, his drone is killing in the name of science, and now it does what he commands it to. It's Tyler, playing Nikithi and Dronitis.
This is Rage Against the Machine.
Oh my goodness, Tyler got it right off the bat. I just said most of the words instead of...
Give him a Tyler snack.
To his right, she's going to rally around her demon family with a pocket full of magic shells. It's Rebecca rocking Talara.
Hello.
Across the digital table, he'll badger a witness with intimidation and make them testify because it's a bear right outside in the hallway. It smiles with the wind.
I'm calm like a bomb.
And to his right, he's calm like a bomb that's tucked neatly away in his fanny pack. It's Jabert bringing Bumfuzzle.
Hello, hello.
And to my left, his KO punch will have you sleep now in his fiery attacks. It's Drew running with Cass.
Tom Morello was on an episode of Star Trek Voyager.
I read about that just this week.
Mm-hmm. He's a big Star Trek fan.
He is a big Star Trek fan.
Yeah, I love it. I love it when...
He stuck out like a sore thumb to me when I saw him, because I'm like, Tom Morello?
Well, yeah. I love it when there are, like, not Star Trek actors, but, like, big actors that are fans of the show, and then they come onto the show, and it's like, oh, what are they doing here?
The most jarring, I think, is Jason Alexander, but he's great in his episode.
The King of Jordan was in an episode as well. He's a big Star Trek fan.
Yeah, Whoopi Goldberg, was started off as a fan and just wanted to do, like, she's like, I'll sweep up in the background of a shot if I can be on the show, and became one of the best Trek characters of all time.
Yeah.
Guys, welcome back to the podcast. Thank you, Drew, for derailing us completely from Rage Against the Machine.
I knew that one. I knew that one because of Guitar Hero.
Oh, boy, Tyler.
Don't admit that. Tyler.
Krista always says that Tyler looks like Captain America, and now you are Captain America. Like, I understood that reference.
He's writing in his notebook, Google Rage Against the Machine. Why are these young folks so angry about the establishment? let's get back into it. I had a whole thing I was going to talk about at the beginning of the show here about how it's fall and I love the leaves turning, but I think our Star Trek discussion has filled up enough time. Right. We have to have you get back into the action, and before we do that, as always, we're going to remind our friends first here what happened last time on Cosmic Crit.
The gang busts Myrtle Burr out of a jail cell, and she thinks she's got that sweet down low on how to get this here Rune Drive a-working.
We hacked into the computer to find that the scientists' research about the Rune Drive are scattered across the facility, but the Sardast's personal datapad is in the hands of Oliviana while he's away.
The Sardat certainly has a high opinion of himself, one that may not be shared with the rest of his Lanti nobility.
So, Myrtle Burr requests we retrieve not only the Sardat's personal datapad, but some test data from 3 different labs: bend travel, field stability, and power dynamics.
The crew forges ahead and comes across the Rune Drive at last. But before they can celebrate, they must take on the technomancer Oliviana, as well as several relatively useless scientists.
Well, to my defense, they are sleep deprived and weakened.
I mean, I'm not talking smack against you.
I also rolled really poorly, Miles. Thanks for pointing that out.
And I have to point out that they are useless in combat, maybe, but they are not useless as people or
we don't know that yet.
We don't know that. They probably were useless as people too. They got captured by the Aslanti.
And captured by you guys too.
I think they are
double captured.
Where we left off, though, you did indeed kill Oliviana, knocked her off the catwalk, and then KO'd or blinded the rest of these scientists. And you can disarm them as they're unconscious. This one that is up kind of disarms himself, hands over his weapons to you. And they each have a small tactical baton and a static arc pistol. The one that you blinded, Kaz, is kind of shaking as he comes over and surrenders his weapons and introduces himself as Heron Jolks. And he goes almost pale as a sheet as he gets his vision back, is rubbing his eyes, and sees the Asharan mechanic over here walking up to him and says, "Nakithi, is that you? Well, what are you doing here?" This is indeed a lower grade technical scientist that you might have worked with for some time during your stay here on Arelos, Tyler.
His name was again?
Heron Jolks.
Heron. Heron, right?
Yes.
I do not see the point in being deceptive here. I have come back to destroy much of the test data here and take the Rune Drive away.
Oh, please don't kill me.
Oh, no, I know. We do not seek to kill any of the scientists who have worked with the Aslanti, except for Oliviana. She had to go. But...
Yeah, okay. You see that he has huge bags under his eyes and kind of looks a little sickly. He has like a dribble, maybe.
We have a ally looking over the sleeping quarters, I believe upstairs. If you all need to rest there, it is a safe place.
Yeah, he looks like he's ready to drop unconscious with the rest of the scientists. He's like, I can try and rouse these guys and get them out of harm's way. But if there's anything I can do to help you all out, I don't want to be on this rock any longer.
You could help us with some information. We are headed to the 3 other labs. The ones looking at bend travel, field stability, and power dynamics. Do you know what we should expect there?
I've not been to the bend travel. They don't have human scientists working over there. But the other 2, it's a lot of Aslanti human scientists and people like me that have been trying to unlock the Rune Drive's mysteries.
I see. Well, thank you. Make your way up top. There is a android named Sanadrone, and he is working with us. Mm-hmm. We will happily take you guys aboard our ship when we leave, but we may have to leave in a hurry. So make sure you are ready when we signal for the time to come.
Oh, okay. We'll do. Over comms, you get a message from Mergerber, who says, Heron's no threat. He is a human, but not as Lanty. They took him off a scientific research vessel in the vast years ago. He also is really good looking, and I think I've got a chance with him after this all blows over.
Henrin, what do you think of Mergelblur? We rescued her recently.
Oh, she's nice, I guess.
Nikithi says out loudly into his comms, Mergelblur, he thinks you are nice. I think you do have a chance.
I'm going to have his heart. He won't know what hit him.
Nikithi's matchmaker now.
Guys, underneath the catwalk, you see Oliviana's body splayed out. On her, she's got some weapons and some stuff here, including a Frostbite Class 0 pistol. There's a couple of batteries. I mentioned she had a carbon staff and is wearing a set of elite station wear light armor. In addition to that, she did not have time to activate this, but around her head is a purple Aeon stone. And yeah, that gives you the ability basically to make like a purple force field. Oh. And digging around in her pockets, you find what looks like a security key card, a Mark II healing serum, and, of course, a very high-tech Aslanti data pad.
That must be the personal data pad.
Did you say a Frostbite Class 0 pistol?
Yes. Level 5, if memory serves.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I will take that Aeon Stone or roll for it if anybody else would like to roll for it.
Yeah, this is where force fields kind of become useful. This is I believe 5 extra hit points, and they have regen 2, so you get 2 of those back every round. So even if you take some damage, it'll kind of come back. Anybody else want it?
No, I think that's you, Drew, if you want it.
Sweet.
Anybody want to hold on to the healing serum, the Mark II healing serum?
Yeah, Nikithi will, because if anybody can waste a standard action stabbing somebody in the butt, it'll be him.
Okay. Right, so you guys can gather around downstairs and divide these goodies amongst yourself. Do you want to take a look at the Rune Drive? It's supposedly in this giant scientific containment vessel in the middle of this room.
Oh, yeah.
You heading inside. Inside, it...
Can I fit?
I mean, you can poke your head in at the very least. I mean, it's like 15 foot across in there, so you can squeeze inside. But inside, you do see what looks like a huge, faintly glowing cube, 3 foot to each side, and there's various carvings of what looks like ancient style circuitry stylized into these grooves along its edges. You see in these grooves a number of wires and ports that are plugged into it and kind of running to the rest of the shielding, like this room that you're in. There's no display panel or buttons or anything on the Rune Drive that you can see. It just looks like a giant ancient cube. And as you guys are all walking up to it, though, Sedona comes in and takes a look at it and immediately falls backwards into Wynn's arms, convulsing, her body going both rigid and violently shaking every few seconds at the same time. Her eyes go white, as you have seen her do a couple times as she's having these flashbacks and memories are flooding back to her. And this time she repeats another word over and over again. This time she says, Talara. 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 When...
Oh my god, the Rune Drive is actually Talara!
When you're there with her a moment later, as she shares with you what feels like a psychic vision that just kind of overtakes the room, the lighting in this chamber and the greater chamber outside of the scientific containment thing disappears. Your teammates disappear, and you are in the same room, but it seems different now. And you see at the top of the catwalk overlooking the Rune Drive, Sedona is handcuffed to the railing, and from where you are standing, inside, you see the Sardats, Zolan Ulavestra, stepping out of the device, maybe wiping his hands with the towel, and he begins shouting questions at her that sound very far off, kind of like fuzzy and indistinct. But he slowly, methodically marches up the catwalk and steps right up over to her and crouches down and says, "If you do not want to talk to me, know that we will find a place for you in Gulta, a dark place, and you will never see the light of the stars again. I have no use for trash, especially broken trash." He rises up and kicks her with such a force that you can feel it psychically when in your own shoulder as her arm dislocates and kind of hangs limply at her side in the handcuffs. The Sardat walks away and Sedona grits her teeth through the pain. Steeling herself as she looks down the catwalk, something catches her eye. It's a small scrap of metal, sort of like a casing or some burnt out slag. She moves the handcuffs down the metal pipe she's attached to and painfully in her good arm grasps the piece of metal and clutches it to her breast. It says the same name of her tiefling friend over and over again. Talara. 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 And the vision ends as Sedona shakes it off, looking in her hand for this piece of metal scrap, but seeing that it is indeed empty. She then, along with Yuwen, looks over to the necklace Talara wears around her neck, and she says, "Talara, I had a vision, something that I repressed here weeks ago. That piece of metal around your neck, where is that from? What exactly is it?"
I wish I could tell you. I don't really know exactly where it came from. I've kind of always had it, but I mean, since I was a kid, I'm afraid to, I've never really shown this to anyone, but if you press a button on it and Talara activates the device.
Oh God, what does it do?
It projects a hologram that shows a pretty catastrophic event. Like it's like camera shaking, and it brings pain to Talara, even though she doesn't really understand or remember what it represents. But she knows that it's something from her childhood, and it's the only form of memory that she has of this event, and she remembers nothing from before this.
I had a vision that I found it here in this room weeks ago. What does that mean?
That can't be possible. I mean, I've had it around my neck. I showed it to you in Gulta. Don't you remember? I
don't really remember it. No, this was somehow repressed until I saw the Rune Drive.
Is it possible that there's a duplicate of it? I mean, maybe I don't have the only one.
I do not know, but I don't know what it would mean either if there was another. She asked if she can like hold on to it for just a bit and like examine it.
Yeah, Talara somewhat reluctantly, I mean, she never takes this thing off, but somewhat reluctantly hands it over to Sedona.
Giving away your ability to roll crits right there. I'm calling it now. No more crits for Rebecca. Yeah, no answers to that yet. She looks as perplexed as you. What would you guys like to do? You've got the Rune Drive ahead of you. You've kind of taken it over at the very least, but don't really have much of a clue as to how it works yet.
Two things. Actually, I would like to inspect the Rune Drive. I would like to inspect the personal data pad, and I'm going to need about a 20-minute sit down.
Just to hang out and chill here.
Itis doesn't look great.
Old Aurelis.
Oh, yeah. So, well, I'm running low on spells, but I do have Make Whole, which is a 2nd level spell, which would help bring Itis back.
You shouldn't burn a 2nd level spell on this.
Or I can help with mending.
Is it a new... I guess it is a new day for that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because I rested.
I would definitely take that.
All right. It's only a D4, but here we go.
Any little bit helps.
Oh, max 4.
Max Itis. That's awesome.
So, Talara and Itis are BFFs right now. But while Nikithi is doing that, I wanted to detect magic on the Rune Drive.
Yeah, so you want to spend some time kind of examining it and taking a look. So it definitely has several kind of auras of magic. You don't detect anything like active right now, but it feels like a magic aura that at one point was extremely strong, but maybe because this thing is so old has kind of dulled out over the ages. While you're examining it, give me a mysticism check. See if you can figure out some elements. There's definitely both technology and magic to this thing.
That's a 28.
Oh, pretty good. Okay, so you're not too sure about like how it's put together, but you see what looks like in this like kind of metal alloy casing, little flecks of stone, like kind of like pebbles or shards of rock, just almost looks like seamlessly melded into the alloy of what this thing is made of. And you can tell though with that mysticism check that this is probably what you're detecting. That is magical. They are no longer active, but these old shards of rock are not stone, but are the burnt out remains of Aeon stones, what are often called dull gray Aeon stones once they've lost their magic capability. And in addition to that, pretty sure that this would have been like maybe the power source. Like some other Islante devices, like coursing magic into the Rune Drive.
Interesting.
Does anybody want to take a look at Nikita, you said the data pad?
Oh, yeah.
Roll me a computer's check. If you bring up the key card that Oliviana had on it and kind of like tap it to the data pad, it bypasses like the first level of security protocols, which will give you a +4 this computer check.
Nikita grabs the data pad and walks over to Bumfuzzle, and he holds it out, and he's like, "Want to see who can break into it first?"
You're on!
Yeah, it's the hacking. Oh gosh, dang it! He rolls so much better than me.
Yeah.
I got him this time. I got him this time.
A 16 versus a 17, and Nikita edges you out a little bit, Bumfuzzle. But yeah, you guys can both get through this. That there does not seem to be any kind of major tricks or traps on the data pad. But yeah, it seems like there's a lot of research here, including some notes from Oliviana. But reading through them, and after taking a look at the device itself, you discover indeed the power source of the Rune Drive was believed to be not just any old Aeon stones, but an Aeon stone of immense power. They believed that this Islante device was powered from a stone taken from the Aeon throne itself, the physical seat of power in the Star Empire.
That tracks, because we read back at the computer with Mergelberger about how what was the old woman's name?
Correct, Emandrea.
Yeah, she was given a stone from the throne itself. At first, I thought that might just be as like a reward for her work, but it seems like that was what she used to power the device itself.
As you guys are looking over this, maybe sharing it with the rest of the team, Sedona looks over and says, "If what they think is true, and we were to take this device, we might be in trouble. I think that the throne and the Rune Drive are magically linked through that stone, and if we're not able to find some way to sever the magical connection, the Star Empire would be able to track the device, and I'm sure would stop at nothing to claim it as their own."
I mean, I would probably prefer the device be destroyed. I do not think any civilization should have access to this drive.
I mean, taking a look at it, it looks pretty sturdy. How would you suggest destroying it?
Perhaps our season 1 characters have access to that big weapon thingy they had.
I mean, this thing...
I mean, if you destroy the universe, this thing's gone with it, you know?
Technically true.
Hacks.
What is this thing hooked up to right now? Is it hooked up to the station?
Bolted to the floor, right? Yeah.
It's got wires and cables going into this larger structure that you're standing in when you look at it, that are all like monitoring and collecting data from it.
I'm just wondering, could we port this thing to Absalom Station and get some Starfinder help with all of this. Just flood the place with...
Hold on. So if the power source is the Aeon stones, maybe I'm missing something. Mm-hmm. If the power source is the Aeon stones, but they are now gray and dead, they are no longer powering this thing. So what is it doing? Is it being provided power in some other way, or like what are they monitoring?
It's still, thrumming. It seems like it has... it still feels like active. Like when you get close to it, you don't even need detect magic. You can kind of feel like a greasy aura around it as things go a little hazy. So there's still something awake inside of it. All the stones though that you can see on at least the outside of the device are dull gray stones. So
okay, so it may not be at full power, but it is still being powered in some way.
Yeah, and looking at the notes from Oliviana, that's what they're... One of the things that they're looking at in one of the science labs is trying to find ways to interface with it to get it charged up.
Probably power dynamics, right?
Probably the laboratory named Power Dynamics, yeah.
Well, if we're just spitballing ideas about what to do with this thing, sorry to change the subject.
No, same subject.
Okay.
It doesn't happen often, but I think I agree with Nikithi on this one. We shouldn't, I don't know that anyone can really be trusted with this. We gotta destroy it. But, it looks like, we can't let any of it survive, I feel like, because they might be able to reverse engineer some of this, and I think we gotta drop this thing into the nearest star, and then make like Absalom Pizza Hut and book it.
Yeah.
I called it Absalom Pizza Hut, so no one's allowed to sue me.
Sedona, not to poke holes in that, will say the Aslante's technology is far beyond our own. I do not even know if hiding it inside a sun will be sufficient. And will
anything about hiding it?
Well,
right?
Yeah, we're gonna ionize this sucker.
Well, if you want to take a look at it with engineering, you can to see if that is a possibility.
All right, I'll climb up on top and I'll engineer the heck out of this guy. 23.
Yeah, that is enough. And examining around the dull gray stones, what it's made out of, this metal or alloy that is serving as the base of the device's casing is definitely something unheard of in modern engineering. Seems like super durable beyond anything that exists today. Besides, it has a look of an ancient kind of like stone rustic casing with the various bits of rock sticking out of it. But you can start like chipping away at a corner of it and nothing seems to be able to penetrate.
Even if we do not know how to destroy it, the first step is just to, steal it. After we do that, we can figure out how to destroy it on our own time.
I, for one, am in favor of stealing and selling to the highest bidder. Do we
That's the Aslante. The Aslante have the most money.
Other than the Aslante.
Oh,
but
the second highest bidder.
Whoever's in the pact or whatever. Maybe the pirates. I have some friends. But do we know that it's being weaponized? Is it a weapon? Is it for faster travel? Like, do we know that purpose?
Yeah. From the ancient reports, it seems like it was for like instantaneous travel across vast distances. So something that's even beyond drift travel.
That's not inherently evil. Let's not jump to conclusions. If we can...
For the Aslantean to have? Because that means they don't have...
She's not arguing about the Aslantean. She's just saying the technology itself is not bad.
Yeah, the technology isn't bad. Like, it's not something that we need to destroy. It's just that we don't want the Aslante to have it because they'll use it for bad things because they're, bad people. But
if the technology gets out, it doesn't matter how long it is in the world as it is in the universe. The Aslante will get their hands on it if it is reproduced.
Sure, but that's how technology works. I just want to make sure that the good guys have the technology, not just the bad guys. What I'm saying?
But the good guys don't have access to an Aeon throne from the throne of the Aeon throne, so they'll never be able to reproduce or reuse it.
Right, but if we can sever that connection and find a way to make it independent of the Aeon throne, which is what it sounds like Sedona is suggesting, then why couldn't the technology be used by other parties? It's not only the Aslanti.
Right now, you guys don't know, like, for a fact, as players or player characters, what the overarching kind of implications of this technology is going to be, because you don't have all the pieces of the puzzle that is the Rune Drive yet. They have purposely divided up the data here into 3 other labs that they've been conducting experiments in to see if they can indeed, maybe this thing doesn't work at all, They've not been able to get it to work.
Yeah, and I guess that's all I'm saying is we need more information before we decide, we're going to destroy it. That's not really necessarily the only option that we have. So let's go find some more information.
A fun vote at the end of the season to see if we're, if you guys do steal it, if you're going to destroy or employ.
Start it or keep it.
Yeah. What we will see. That's about it here. Shall we continue on with some exploration of Lower Aurelos?
Sure, but just to say it out loud, I'm burning 2 resolve points.
Okay, I think you've used the most so far.
Yeah, because you keep hitting Itis, and that's a great way to make me burn resolve points.
Well, Itis is right up in the higgledy-piggledy, so she's gonna get hit every once in a while. Up in that higgledy-piggledy. Right, so you guys said you wanted next to go and look for what you found in the Sardat's secret journal as an area marked SV, and on the map that you were given, that you hacked into of this level, is in a location supposedly called the Scion's Vestry. Is that right?
I thought it was Sudden Valley.
Sudden Valley?
Is that a
That was that? Yeah, that was a hard one to turn down.
Sounds like a salad dressing.
So that sounds like a salad dressing, but what was the other part? What was the other half of that joke? This is like a salad dressing, but also maybe I'm gonna die.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Sorry.
Anyway, moving on.
I'm just guessing that's Arrested Development.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Oh, okay, cool.
Good. That is going to be here over to the west, this area, and I will reveal it as you walk forward. The first thing you see as you continue on past the Rune Drive is a very large cordon off elevator shaft. And Nikithi, you knew this as the primary entrance to this level of the base originally, but the shaft is now, you can see, cemented up. It looks like they've made it impassable. In addition, here you find what looks like a small vehicle, something that was not here during your time, Nikithi, and it looks like it's part car, part go-kart kind of thing that is used to maybe truck hazardous materials and people around the base.
Sweet, Nikithi hops in it.
Looks like it's not working at the moment. We'll need some time to an engineering check to repair it.
Bumpuzzle, help me fix the go-kart, please.
All right.
You take a look at it, Bumpuzzle. It's going to take between 1 and 4 hours to work on.
You sure this is a good idea, Nikithi? How much? When's your birthday?
Did I write it down? I did not write it down.
All right, I'll make sure to find you a scoot buddy for your birthday.
I'll tell you what.
Promise me we'll steal it before we leave.
Bumpuzzle, if you roll a natural 20 Tripper on the engineering check, then you fix it beyond repair.
Oh, man. No. Nope.
Yeah, you just go over and hit it like the fawns, and it does nothing. It's like, I'm tapped out.
I'm out of ideas.
Tapped out indeed.
Scooty Pop Jr. sucks.
Oh, boy. Looking at the map, at the section you've downloaded from the computer, the area marked Scion's Vestry should be on the south side from this area of this east to west corridor, heading towards the field stability test lab. But as you look here, all you see is a smooth alabaster wall. Why don't you guys make me a perception check? All right, who has rolled the highest here?
I think that's going to be Nikithi with a 27.
Oh, thank goodness someone rolled high enough to continue the adventure. Nikithi, as you're walking along, it doesn't seem like anything's here until you find your what's your arms called? They're not tentacles. They're
I call them tendrils.
Yeah, they kind of passed over what feels like a panel, a slightly raised panel in the wall, and as you do, it kind of lights up, and the wall here in front of you kind of like pushes out into the hallway and then slides outwards and opens up another small little area here like this. It is a small work area, no larger than 20 by 20 or so. A little machine shop in the back of some tools. And yeah, as you step down into this dimly lit room, the smell of incense hits you through the low dim light here, and you see what looks like an Aslanti rug, a very fine rug in front of an altar, behind which you see a holographic banner of a very fierce Aslanti woman with a ethereal flowing dress. She has a hand kind of raised towards the heaven, outstretched, and in her palm you see what looks like a glowing sigil of a 7-pointed star. There are some ornate candelabras here with red glow sticks in each of the corners of the room, and in the center, a holographic column of light shines on what looks like some metallic triangles, or maybe metal plates of some sort, on a small raised stone tablet.
Can I investigate these metal plates?
Mm-hmm. With what?
Perception, maybe?
They are small. They are metallic. And believe it or not, they are Aslanti green.
They are green.
Yes.
Can I detect magic on the room?
These tablets, these little triangles, are indeed magical. Make me a mysticism check.
All right.
I'm going to do it too.
I would also like to do it.
Okay. Let everybody else do.
Yeah, they seem like they are some kind of magical armor piece, maybe taken off of a larger device, and it looks like symbols of something that you saw way back at the beginning of the adventure aboard the Royal Venture in Perept Amandria's room. And as you're looking down at it, one of them has a symbol on it very similar to something carved into the side of Wind's trident.
Oh, this is that armor that goes with the trident. We have the complete set now.
Well, it's not a full set of armor in any way, shape, or form. It's just like seems like some pieces, some panels of it. From your mysticism check as well, looking up at this holographic woman, it seems that this is a representation, the shrine of the Aslanti goddess Lysala, the lawful evil patron saint of duty, fate, and obedience, also known as the Scion of the Seven, who was both an ancient deity but one that is worshipped in the Aslanti Empire today. It's kind of like the head of their spirituality. Besides that, there's nothing else here in this room.
Is there any check we can roll, like a culture check, to find out more about, like a clue about maybe where the rest of this is or what this is?
Well, you read in the notes from the Sardat that he said he was going to claim the battle regalia, as it was called in Aslanti, for his own. And it seems like these are indeed pieces of that. It looks like he perhaps took off some identifying marks.
Is there some kind of Aslanti like ritual or something having to do with this god that we might know about from a culture check or something? Like,
I mean, there are several, but most of them are just kind of like Aslanti rites of passage of boot licking or butt kissing, as it were, like up the chain of command to people that you're supposed to genuflect in front of and things like that. So this is the saint of basically respecting your superiors.
I seeing the parts, I think it is safe to assume that whatever modifications Sardat, Zoltan, or the Vestry wanted to make, he completed them and now wears the set himself. It's fortunate.
It's not Zoltan.
Zoltan now.
How dare you? What were you calling Oliviana last week?
Sultana.
Stop it, Tyler. You're ruining the game for everyone. I'm sorry, I interrupted.
Oh, I just think he's wearing it, so that's bad news for us. He's the Sardat is obviously wearing it, and that sucks. So,
and you're saying these are like cast off pieces of it that he didn't need anymore?
Yeah, he didn't want to wear this symbol for whatever reason, probably because he's a narcissist. He didn't want to wear this symbol around. He probably outfitted it with his own symbols. And
okay. So you think it's just the symbol that he didn't need, not the magical substance or whatever it provides to the armor. Okay.
Yeah, make me another culture check, because I think you've got just about all the clues here together, and we discovered some stuff from the computer last week as well that kind of ties into this.
I think
that's got culture.
I think because Az said something about how claiming this armor would be like a super big no-no in Islanti culture. So if he kind of wore that symbol brazenly, it would just give him away immediately.
Well, and not only that, but he has a track record of not really being a part of the Empire exactly. I mean, he's a bit of a rebel.
Yeah. From the notes, it seems, and the evidence you have here, that indeed it's tantamount to tomb robbing, but he has defaced this like ancient battle dress by taking off what seems to be Perrept Amandrea's kind of like sigil, her house, and for whatever reason might be passing it off as his own. So some pretty big no-nos, but it seems from his writings that he felt like he was fated to have this armor set along with the Rune Drive. So,
is there anything we can determine about the remaining pieces, about what sort of abilities this suit of armor might have? What sort of defenses? What sort of weaknesses?
I mean, it'll be ancient and green, so you'll probably know it when you see it.
Anything about the Rune Drive in here?
No real computers or anything. It looks like indeed just a small worship space.
All right.
As you walk by with Sedona, she does not convulse and fall into another psychic vision, but she seems to shake her head. She's like, I feel like I've seen that before as well, maybe during one of my interrogations here.
I'm sorry, can Kaz take one of the pieces that bears the symbol of the original owner?
Take them all. They're half a foot across or so on each side.
Oh, imagine that. Kaz likes his Lantis stuff.
Mm-hmm. It could.
You like that color green, huh?
It could. It could do us a favor if we can turn more of his soldiers against him. If we can prove that he is misusing this ancient piece of armor, it might do us a favor in battle.
Bro, you can just say you want to change your clothes, it's okay.
You do not need to justify wanting another one of your ex-girlfriend's trinkets to us.
Isn't she ancient?
I do not judge which age
What human proclivities you all exhibit.
Keithy doesn't age shame.
I'm a giant slug man. There's no judgment.
Who cares if she died thousands of years before you were born?
I do not know the lifespan of you creatures. I mean, he totally does. He's a life scientist. He does.
I would hope so.
He's ribbon, so you know.
Right. So just about everything else here, you guys ready to continue onward?
So which lab do we want to investigate first?
Well, you are currently about 30 feet away from the field stability lab.
So that one.
That one.
So, I mean, you've already walked about halfway down that corridor, and I've already prepared for that one to be next.
Because we specifically told him which way we were going last week.
Yeah.
Right, but that was off air. I was...
I know what Tyler's doing, but I thank you so much.
God forbid.
So the field stability lab right here. I'm going to reveal this is what you see on the map. This is what you see as you walk in. It's a austere white-walled chamber. As you walk in, it is eerily silent. And in the center of it, you see a very similar high-tech cylindrical chamber, similar to the one that houses the Rune Drive, like less than 100 feet away.
Oh, that's a chamber that the Rune Drive is in, not the Rune Drive itself.
Yes, the Rune Drive is a 3 by 3 foot square.
I was on the same impression Drew was.
Completely messed that up.
Yeah, I misunderstood that as well.
Oh, who cares about the Rune Drive? There's a Scooty Puff Jr. again. Is this one working?
Yeah, we found your little go-kart. Yeah.
This one is not working as well. It's also as broke can be.
Oh, but guys, there's a bathroom. Look at the western side.
There's indeed a small plastic door there, and you can guess as to its nature as you walk in. Elsewhile in this room, you see what seems to be another one of these scientific chambers, a little smaller than the last one, maybe shorter. That houses the Rune Drive. There's a reactor on the eastern wall, kind of humming quietly. It doesn't seem to be under any strain, but you see no signs of scientists working here. It's empty.
Kaz is suspicious and activates his new purple Aeon stone shield.
Thwom, a purple sheen, like a little kind of gossamer sheet kind of like raises up in front of your armor.
So these stairs are just sort of leading up to the side of the tank. Is that right?
Yeah, as you walk around the side of this, there is a very ratchety set of metallic stairs leading up to a small embarkation area where it seems like a large section of this device is open, and you can walk inside of it.
I'm just going to stand on the door and peek inside.
Oh, I'm sorry, it's a little weird. The door is just like right here on the western side. Inside, you see another area of the map. Boop. It's got its own little area over here. Peeking inside, you see maybe a small chamber that's inside this device, 10, 15 foot across. Cables and lengths of pooled wire here kind of tacked to the walls and seem to be running south, connecting to what seems to be a cockpit of some sort. You'll have to go in further to see what's inside.
All right. Well, I never saw a cockpit I didn't like.
That's the pilot way. What are the rest of you guys doing? It looks like Nikithi's coming with for science times.
Come in. He's too curious. He can't help his curiosity. But
there's 2 chairs here, Tyler. There's 2 chairs.
Oh, there's not just 2 chairs, but as you're creeping up to them, you see what look like limp figures kind of sitting in these chairs. And as you walk forward, you hear maybe some gears turning, some hydraulic pistons pumping, as rising from these 2 chairs are 2 figures, robotic figures in Aslanti paint, along with some yellow and black, like crash test dummy painted sections. Couple Aslanti robots here in the chairs, and they have a massive Aeon stone in the middle of their foreheads that starts to glow as they scan you too, and of course they say, "Undesirable aliens detected. Elimination protocols enacted." Oh, it's initiative roll time, everybody.
Oh no. See my guy. There we go.
You guys gotta get a good look at this artwork.
Yeah, that's cool.
That was the artwork that we used, I think, on
Ex Machina.
Ex Machina, that's right. Yeah.
These, I did use the same artwork during the Gulta robot because it's really cool art. I really enjoy them.
It's very.
Excuse me, Exit Machina. Yeah.
Yeah. No, yeah, you're right. We didn't write the movie Ex Machina.
There are no Aeon guards in
Alex
Ex Machina.
Garland.
All right, everyone's got their initiative in, and I'm going to roll as well. Oh, I've only rolled a 17 on the dice. What bad luck. Roll really high at the beginning of the episode.
Bye, Nikithi.
Oh, Nikithi will be fine.
Those words.
Don't you have 10 hit points Tyler?
Yeah.
I have 38. Thank you.
Okay. Right. So we are in initiative turn order as these guys turn, looking at a goblin and a slug gentleman, and are ready to attack. But believe it or not, spoilers, Bumfuzzle has rolled the highest in the initiative turn order. Oh my gosh, you rolled an 18 too on the dice. I hate you, Jabert. Roll below a 15 at some point in your life.
I do it all the time when it's important for me to roll high. So
I was about to say, remember when you played Andis and couldn't roll to save your life? Bumfuzzle is the luckiest PC ever.
It's just straight up luck. Let's see. Do I see what these guys sort of seem to be armed with? I mean, I imagine they got like big metal hands.
Make me an engineering check to figure out what these bad boys are.
Let's see.
Oh boy, jeez! Come on, Jabert. What are you doing to me?
Hey, Nikithi, you wanna go get a go-kart?
20 on the engineering check. Natural 20.
Yep.
Oh boy.
So that'll be 37 altogether.
You have not fought them in battle, but read about the Aslanti battle robots before. They are a fierce construct created of Aslanti programming. You, with that roll, is that just a 37, Jabert? Nothing at 37.
I'm sorry, it's only a 37.
Okay, so you get to know 4 things about the robot. Just 4.
All right. Well, let's start with the offensive abilities.
Offensive abilities. Oh boy. So besides the huge disintegrator beam, like that is its right arm, and you're pretty sure it can do some melee combat as well. It has an offensive ability called self-destruct, which means it explodes when it is destroyed.
Oh, that's good to know.
That's very, very good to know.
I guess.
Maybe. And I'm sorry. You also know that you can potentially disarm said self-destruct feature with a full action that provokes an attack of opportunity with an engineering check. You're pretty sure you could just yank that correct wire out of the beast.
But they also look like they got an arm for clobbering.
Oh yeah, they got that clobbering. They got a clobbering arm. They got a shooty arm.
All right, they got 2 kinds of arms. All right, let's see. Thing 2, let's say defensive abilities.
No abilities, but special defense capability. They are magically inured with spell resistance 17. Pretty low, but they are magically fortified. And of course, construct immunities.
I see. Right. So no like DR or anything like that.
No.
Okay. Let's see. I guess special abilities.
There are 3 other special abilities. One of which you kind of already know. It has a disintegrator beam, self-destruct. Let's see. One's called Embedded Aeon Stone, and the other is Aslanti programming. Which one would you like to know about?
Let's say first one, then the other.
Aslanti programming. You know that these things will not attack an Aslanti human. And Embedded Aeon Stone in its forehead, slotted into action, is an Aeon Stone. I'm not terribly sure what these guys have, but you are pretty sure that while it is helpless, pinned, or unable to move, that you can just pop it out.
Okay. All right. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to chin my communicator and say,
Kaz, we could use some help in here.
And then I'm going to see if we can't finagle a thing where you can get these guys pinned into the room, and stuck behind Kaz, and just try to bottle them up until we can figure out what to do with them. And then I'm gonna, in the meantime, I'm just gonna shoot him in the head. Shoot him in the. I mean, not the head. I mean, I guess the Aeon Stone. To try to take my sonic pistol and try to knock that thing out of there.
All right, so you're about 10 feet away from both of them.
Do they look like they have very long arms?
Not particularly. They're about 6 foot tall, though.
All right,
opposing droids.
Yeah, I'm gonna stand my ground here. because I don't want to like just run back and have them like obliterate Nikithi behind, standing directly behind me.
I really want that to happen. So there you go.
I know. Well, he's taller than me, so I don't provide much cover, but I'm gonna do what I can. So yeah, I'm going to toss a like a chisel up into the air, and then when it's sort of coming back down, I'm gonna shoot with my sonic pistol and try to like blast that thing in and like try to like wedge it in underneath the Aeon stone.
Mm-hmm.
And
all right,
yeah,
trick shots,
trick shot, pew pew,
trick attack, trick shot.
Yep. I'm gonna go for off target this time. Actually,
okay.
Yeah. So, oh no.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh, I should have jinxed you earlier.
Oh no, my luck ran out, Patrick.
What is this roll on the trick attack?
Oh,
CR3 or lower.
That's not good enough. But you know what's even not good enough for?
Not good enough.
A natural 1 on the attack roll.
We hate to see that to start the combat. This is the longest turn ever because of you figuring out all the info about them and us going into this critical fail.
Wait, reroll for book 3. Oh, I'm gonna do it. I'm doing it now. I'm gonna make
is
this
this
turn.
one that we want to waste though for these guys that I might be able to just walk up and disarm?
I'm doing it.
Oh, it's pretty bad.
Oh no! Oh no!
Seriously?
I did way better on the trick attack.
Oh, did you roll 2 1s in a row?
No.
Oh no!
I think that means I've got to use my picked out, personalized critical fail of the book because you've rolled a 1 in 400 chance with your sonic pistol and energy.
Oh no!
Weapon 2.
You guys help!
Say hello to Collywobble.
No!
Nikithi won't leave you, boy. He'll stay right. He's gonna stick with you through thick.
I did my best.
Your gun explodes.
Just hang in there, Bumpuzzle. Just stay awake. Don't close your eyes.
Tell Cattywampus I love him.
Before we get out of here, Bumpuzzle now.
Go from like full health to like 0 hit points just instantly. I bet there's a card in there that just says, "You die, you die, you're dead."
Oh boy, it's worse when Patrick's silent.
Yeah. You know he's just planning and looking.
You can hear the gears turning through the microphone.
I'm just looking through the entire Paizo deck of critical failures for which one that I want.
I mean, technically, I could use alternate outcome, my once per day ability, to grant you another reroll.
Oh no. No, you cannot. 1 reroll per roll. There's no stacking abilities. I'm putting the kibosh on that right now. Oh boy. God, none of these are that bad at all.
Go find a JJJ.
Why would you suggest that, Tyler?
What sort of masochistic player are you?
He's not gonna do it. That's why I say it.
Technically, he'd be sadistic because he's trying to kill me.
That's a good point. Good point.
Tyler's trying to get me killed.
Okay, I mean, this is bad. It's just not you have other weapons on you. So the card is the energy critical fail effect. It's called Spilled Ammo. Roll a d4 for me.
Okay.
Another one.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Oh, Proc.
So you drop 4 batteries or magazines on your person.
Oh, God.
Your fanny pack spills out.
Right. Just batteries just sort of start tumbling out of my fanny pack.
I gotta say, because you rolled the 4, that the 1 in your current gun falls as well. Unless how many batteries do you have on you?
Let's see here.
Is it all the batteries?
I have.
This also has
some batteries. I don't have more than 4. I don't think.
Okay, they're on the ground.
Yeah,
and it's not that bad because you have melee capabilities. The other extreme sonic extreme blow is called Shriek Like a Wounded Squawk, and I think your weapon is just like making like a really sad noise right now. That battery. All foes gain a +1 bonus to attacks made against you for a round. That's not bad.
Oh man. Okay. That's the opposite of off target. Oh no.
Yeah, no. But good news, great news. These two Aslanti robots are next in the turn order. So good.
Hey, you guys remember last week when Jabert opened the first combat of the episode with a natural 20 and then run around?
Oh no. Yeah, everything comes around.
Those were the good old days.
Actually, so one of them is just going to make a couple of ranged attacks with this beam rifle first. So, plum.
That's got to be a line weapon. Right?
Plum. A what weapon?
Is it a line weapon?
I was looking for it. It's just called Disintegrator Beam. So, not line. But I've not rolled great on these dice. What is your EAC? 20 plus 1 for our critical fail here. I've rolled a 4 and an 8. Only the 8 is a hit.
Okay.
On this, right? Yes. And this is indeed acid damage coming at you. 15 points of acid damage from these two. This one's first attack. And this guy is going to move up to you and make a single melee attack. Just a bludgeoning attack, and I've rolled 15 on the dice, so that is also a hit. I think a little less damage for the melee. Well, it's only 1d8, but they add more to it, so that is 16 points of bludgeoning damage. So a couple hits there, and that brings us to Drew, Kaz.
Right, Kaz is going to, hearing the cries of his goblin compatriot, gonna move into this space, so let's see.
So moving up the stairs, running up inside the
I think I can only
chamber.
get here for my first move.
A single move, right?
Are these spaces on the left and right spaces that I can stand in, or are those consoles?
Yeah, they're kind of like half spaces, so you might be able to move through them. There's not really space to hang out there.
I'm thinking more like here and here.
To the side of Nikithi, there's enough space to stand. You're kind of like right over some bulwark computer equipment. But
all right, I'm gonna double move then, and
just moving up behind Bumfuzzle.
Yep, would have done a cooler move if you hadn't moved up onto him, but there we go.
Sorry. That brings us to Nikithi next.
Run away! Nikithi's going to move into the back corner of this small room as physically far away as he can be, just to try and give Bumfuzzle room to retreat. And because I don't think I can really do much else. Itis is going to double move, however. Now, with her climbing claws, is there any way Itis can try and drop in anywhere into the same room as these?
No, there's really just the single entrance, this large open door.
Yeah, I mean, like through there, up onto the walls and over them. Is that a possibility? It looks like it's too tight.
Climbing like on the ceiling is a potential capability. If you want to get behind them, they would, of course, get the attacks of opportunity that you hear so much about the kids talking about.
I might save that for when they move forward, because they're in this really tight room. Yeah. So there's just not a good place for her to position. So instead, let's have her move in. You use one move action to get into the room, and then do I have line of sight on the? I'm barely standing in the entryway into this tiny room. Do I have line of sight on the first battle droid? That is.
Yep, they got that full cover you hear so much about, but you can get a shot off.
Yeah, why not? Who knows? Could be a good one. Could be a 1. Or a 3. Hey, we're back to 3s, guys.
Yeah.
Back to 3s.
You can't beat a 3. All right, so you've moved Itis, Talara. No, Win is next in the turn order. Win.
Oh, right.
The big old bear.
Yeah, not a whole lot I can do.
Oh man, how's he even gonna get in there?
Like, there's actually nothing I can do. I can't even get in there to get him.
Can you climb up onto this thing and look down into this room to do anything?
No, you can fit in this room in. There is a 10-foot square that is open right now for. It looks like your teammates finally have made accommodations for your hashtag thick with 2 C's.
Boy, this is going to be so great when these guys explode.
I think that's going to take full action because you're going to have to squeeze through the door. But you do have a standard. What would you like to do?
Tax?
Up to you. You are 10 foot away from the one that meleeed Bumfuzzle.
All right, then I'm going to attack the one that meleeed my goblin co-pilot.
I'm imagining Nikithi just pressed up against the wall.
That's a natural 20.
Boy,
But
I swear,
this is not good. Yes, it's a natural 20, but we have not disarmed their self-destruct mechanism yet.
Oh, that's true.
I swear, if you're the one who kills me, Miles, I swear.
They have more than 30 hit points.
Miles, would you like a card from Paizo deck?
Yes.
I'm going to go ahead and give one of my favorite Patreon shout-outs. Let's roll a d6 here while I look this up. This is from Casper, superfan Casper, who says, simply roll a d6 and ask the person who comes up how they're feeling, and that's going to be Bumfuzzle, a.k.a. Jabert. Jabert, how you doing?
Not ideal, Patrick, not ideal.
What are you talking about? You're fine. You don't need batteries.
I got my batteries all over the floor.
You don't need them. You're useless, basically. Okay, so melee. The kinetic melee attack. Oh, boy. Oh, no. Well, you're not using bullets, but the crit I've pulled is called Bullet with Your Name on It, which sounds like a Rage Against the Machine song.
It does.
The target is shaken for 1 round, will negates. This is a fear effect. I don't believe they have the capability of feeling fear, but regardless, there is an extreme blow, and it does apply because it's extreme piercing, and it's called Right in the Battery, which also seems very apropos. 1 randomly determined piece of the target's equipment loses half its HP and gains the broken condition. Well, this isn't going to really do anything here either because they don't have equipment. It's all integrated. I will say
their arms are broken.
I was about to say, let's give you the capability of doing what Bumfuzzle was in that beginning of the turn, and give this one off target. Yeah. Because it does say it gains the broken condition. I don't know if that would work for. They're basically all weapon. But
they're stunned for a round.
Well, that is if you want to use the. No. What are the 2 fusions that are on your trident? One is bright, I know.
Yeah, one's bright and one is I don't know. I do not remember. Legit not remember.
I think it's the intimidate one, if memory serves.
Yes.
So I will say you have the option of the card or using the critical effects that are on the weapon. It doesn't give the stun condition. I'm pretty sure it gives.
Okay, so we'll just go with that then. The broken condition thing.
We'll give him off target, this one here. So let me mark that on the PC. Now, talk to me about damage. What have you done damage-wise?
Looks like 30.
Okay, that is a healthy chunk of this one's armor being kind of pierced. You see maybe some pistons spitting out steam and water here. It's still fighting strong though, and it looks like it's got a new favorite target. Great crit.
This is not level 1, Drew.
Hey,
great crit.
You never know with the crit.
Oh yeah, no, I can tell you these guys are not getting taken down in a single hit. They are some of the best battle droids in the Aslanti Empire, which means you're going to need a Talar to help you take them down. Rebecca, you're next.
All right, Talar is going to go up these stairs, stand right next to Idis, and cast Shifting Surge on Idis.
All right.
And I think I'm going to change her weapon to electricity damage. Is that wise with robots?
Interesting.
I mean, Jabert learned all about their defensive capabilities, and I don't think there was any weakness or resistance to electrical, so sounds good.
I don't believe you... Well, yes, there's definitely no immunities to it. You did not ask about weaknesses.
Okay, so we don't know if they're resistant, but
No, you do know it is definitely not resistant.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a good call. Good call.
Okay, so I'm going to go with electricity. That served us well in the past against robots, so Talara is going to go off of that experience. And then she's also going to shout to everyone, like, you guys know that these guys self-destruct, right? Like, you might want to back away a bit. Just saying.
There's not too much space to back away in. That's going to be turn 1. Very long turn. Bumfuzzle, back to you. I'm sure you just want to stand there and take some more shots, right?
So it's an engineering check to try to disable the
self-destruct.
Self-destruct.
It is a full round action to do it.
That's no good.
I will say, though, because you did, this is one of the things you've figured out. This is only a DC 25 engineering.
I can do this.
So it's up to you. So this is what you want to do.
Yeah, I'm gonna disable this guy's deconstruct or
All right.
boom zoom.
All right, making that
31.
engineering check.
31.
Oh my goodness. All right. All right, that's gonna do. So you're just reaching into the guts of this one from the massive hole that wind opened up in its side, and you're like clink, and now you have a bomb in your hand, basically. Or you've got the primer device,
right?
So this one also no boom boom. So I'll mark that on him. Excellent.
And does that what's the word I'm looking for? Draw an attack of opportunity.
Oh yes, I forgot. It does indeed. So yeah, no other attacks of opportunity were drawn this turn, which means punchy time. 2 on the dice. It misses.
Speaking of lucky bumfuzzle, everything's
all right.
coming up B-fuzz.
Yeah. This one is going to guarded step back away from you, and so we have a clear line of sight. This one that has moved away is going to take a couple shots against a win, the one that nearly destroyed it, and this one's going to take a couple shots at you, Bumfuzzle. Now there's nobody in its way. So first, 2 shots against win. Obstructed. An 8 and an 8. What is your EAC, Miles?
My EAC is 21.
Those are 2 misses. Could use a roll above a 10. That would help me out here. 2 against Bumfuzzle. 2 shots against the goblin. Oh my goodness! No. One of these is an 8 and one is a 6. I needed the +1 last time, which means without that this turn, that is a miss.
Yes.
Whoa, man.
An 8 and a 6 are my dice rolls. Okay, Drew, we're on to you, Kaz.
So Kaz is going to just move up right here, getting all in the space between all these fools.
Yeah.
And for the one that is already
hurting.
Hurting and also
on.
diffused, he's going to hit with an entropic strike.
Okay.
Say 26 versus EAC.
Oh, that's a hit.
For 16 points of damage.
All right. Some more on the board. It's still looking okay. It's still looking good to go. It gets like pummeled in its side once again and looks at you and is like, Atlanti-human detected. Protection protocols enacted. Destroy all the other aliens. Nikithi, that includes you. Tyler, your turn.
Oh, I should have tried to grab the Aeon stone out of its head.
It's got to be helpless or like pinned in order to do that. So not really something you can do while it's still.
Can Idis drop to the right of Kaz in that tiny corner?
I will allow it, but potentially to provoke a couple of.
I'm about to make your dream. Nikithi's going to move over and overcharge, and I do not want to waste this shifting surge. So Idis is going to run along the walls and then just drop, and we're going to point blank shot the one that Win critted.
Okay, well, Tyler, just at the beginning of the episode, you were complaining about how much damage Idis takes. I don't want to point out the hypocrisy here, but
what am I going to do? Take -1,000 for shooting through 3 PCs?
I mean, it's like max -4. But I will allow this because I want a couple more bites at the apple of hurting you all. So this is 2 attacks. This is both of their attacks of opportunity until their next round.
This also means that someone can disable a thing, maybe without. Oh wait, no, Cass is in the way. No.
2 attacks coming at an Itis. I've rolled a 16 on the one. That is a definite hit, and a 6 on the other. What is this Itis's KAC?
Ugh, not good. It's a 19.
Oh yeah, that's a definite hit. So 2d8 coming at you.
Be gentle.
Very, very low on the damage dice here. This is across these 2 hits, 26 points of damage.
Oh.
Yeah, just wham, wham. But the little drone that could is in position. It's your turn to attack.
Yeah, we are shifted and we are overcharged.
Time to get shifted.
Let's.
Thwomp, 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 thwomp.
Oh, please be a good roll. Please be a good roll. Please be the best roll. 19 on the dice.
Oh,
Super hit.
There we go.
Hit. Super.
Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch.
Talara, how much extra damage does that give me?
2d6.
And overcharge gives me an extra d6. So I'm rolling 3d6, an extra damage. I rolled a 5, a 3, and a 4. So 12 extra damage, 19 from the shot, brings me to 41.
40?
Oh, I'm sorry, 31. Wait. Yeah.
Yeah.
31.
Okay, all right. 31's a little more I can deal with a little
Got
bit
excited. I got excited.
Yeah. I hate to say it. It is indeed weak to electricity because this one is now, after this shot, nearly dead.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Wait, no, hold on.
Great plays, Rebecca. Great plays.
Hold on, I can't do math.
Uh-oh.
No, this one's destroyed.
Even better.
Oh my god, that was 46 points of damage, right?
With the weakness, yeah.
From the single attack? Oh my goodness, yeah. So it had already taken about that much damage. So destroyed, and you hear like a thwom, 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 and then a pew sound from inside of it. Okay. That's a lot of fun. I was very excited about the capability to explode. But let's go on to Win. Miles, back to you.
Well, I can't move anywhere because all of my friends are in the way.
Yes, there's now 15 feet between you and the only remaining droid.
I guess I'll put get him on the droid.
Gat'emed.
And all I can do right.
Okay, you reach out and believe it or not, you're like, get the one remaining bad guy. Who needs guns? They're weaklings and not giant bears, Tyler. Let's see. Talara's next, Rebecca.
All right, if I wanted to shoot my gun, would I need to move inside the room or can I shoot from here?
Don't see you having an angle on this one. I'll say if you do want to shoot from there, it is... Yeah, actually, it's going to be full cover no matter what. So if you
okay, so like no matter where I move...
Yeah, you barely can get an angle on that guy, but you'd be able to do it from like right outside the door. Now testify. If you wanted to, fish for a crit.
So is that another Rage Against the Machine reference, Patrick?
It's all episode long, Drew. Get with it.
I mean, I might as well fish for a crit, right? I mean...
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do it.
You have a shock weapon, right? So even better.
I do.
Oh, shoot. I forgot about that.
True. Might be helpful.
Oh, no.
Just don't grit so much that it explodes in my face. That's all I ask.
The 13.
A miss.
I am including the -4 on this, by the way.
Okay.
And a 12. Worth a shot.
Not gonna do it. That is turn 2. Turn 3. Jabert back with Bumfuzzle.
All right. Since this guy, I've already seen this thing take a whack at Itis. I'm gonna scamper on in here.
Oh no! I forgot.
and I'm going to pick up my what's the word I'm looking for? My chisel that's laying on the ground, and I'm gonna jab it into this thing, sort of like knee gears, and sort of gum up the works so it can't dodge out of the way as easily.
You foolish fool! You know that these Lanty knees are the strongest part of their armor.
Oh no!
Let's see what the trick attack says.
All right, flat-footed. Ooh, CR5 or lower?
Failure. You never go for the knees. Jabert. Never.
Well, it is... Gosh, that would have been a ton of damage. 24 on the attack.
Oh, but that is a hit against KAC.
Yeah. And that's 7 points of damage.
Okay, so this is the first damage on this one. And, okay, I'm just going to write this on a piece of paper. That's going to take us to their turn. This single robot left has got Bumfuzzle, Idis, and Kaz within its reach, but we know for a fact that it cannot and it will not hurt Master, aka any Aslanti human. So I'm going to roll dice, and it's a 1, 2, 3. It's going to mess up Idis, and a 4, 5, 6. It's going for Bumfuzzle. 1, 2, 3. Oh, Idis. Poor Idis is getting double attacked. We're going to do 2 slam attacks. Yes, 2 slam attacks.
This could be bad.
Oh, I've rolled very good and very bad. A 3 and a 19, so 1 hit. Just 1. But max damage at 19 points bludgeoning. And that's its turn. Drew, we're back to you.
Okay, so Kaz's gut instinct is to just attack this thing all out. Actually, can I order it to stand down?
You have no clue what could potentially be its like command triggers, if there are any. So you're not too certain that you'd be able to do that in a combat sketch. It seems to be something deep-seated in its programming, though not to attack you.
Bumfuzzle Idis, I apologize, but I must do what I can to destroy this thing.
Do what you gotta do, bud.
I must go all out this once. Forgive me, Master. 2 attacks.
So is Bumfuzzle Yoda in the situation?
Yeah. Oh, you fit the costume.
And does that also mean I get to ride around on your back while you do sweet flips?
Yes, of course. when I swing across a swamp.
Yes.
That is a 23. Is Miles? Is your getting +1 or +2?
+1.
+1.
That's 24 to hit.
Oh, that's a hit.
For 17 points of damage for this one, and attack the second.
Bam, bing, ba, boom, bam, bing, bang, bang, bang.
22 to hit.
Jeez Louise, 2 hits.
For another 17 points of damage.
Oh goodness gracious. Okay, I guess that's the average. What you're rolling there? Well, that's too much, Drew. Okay, this one's. Oh no, it's still fighting strong. I forgot. This is basically some of the first damage it's taken, along with that Bumfuzzle hit. So still strong. Nikithi, on to you. You've got a bad position here right after it in the turn order. So it's got that sweet attack of opportunity back.
It does. It really does.
But you can guarded step out of there if you need to.
Oh, I cannot.
No?
I am very stuck in this corner. You can't guarded step around corners.
Oh, good call. Sorry.
You'd have to move through you, Kaz.
Yeah, she'd have. Well, see, normally I would just attack and then move, but if I attack and kill it, it explodes.
It is not bloodied yet, so.
Oh, okay. If we still think this thing is fighting strong, then
it is indeed.
Okay, let's do a swipe and move. We'll call it, and that's a natural 1 on the dice.
Join in Bumfuzzle.
Ooh, Lord,
Goof 'em uptown.
Oh,
What are we doing here? Are we doing the Cosmic Crit Fail deck or Starfinder a fish, Tyler?
we've been rocking a fish this episode, so let's just keep it rolling with a fish.
A fish, bringing out the Critical Fumble deck with the cute little goblin on the back. And this is a melee attack, right? Kinetic?
A slashing melee attack.
Okay, so no extreme blow on this one. This is called Nasty Splinter. You take 1 damage, bypassing DR resistance, and take a -1 penalty to attacks and skill checks until healed. Pretty rough. Pretty rough stuff.
Yeah. And Idis is going to provoke an attack of opportunity.
Hustles out.
Yep. And
Pyaw, attacking. A 13 on the dice is a hit. Slam into this drone as it leaves for 14 points of damage.
I'm not pleased. But
Idas is still up, I imagine.
Yeah, but she only has 3 legs now.
Oh no! Oh no!
That gives you a sense of how much damage she has. And then Nikithi has an action. You know what? He's going to use that action to try and put harrying fire on this bad robo.
Okay.
Throw out a shot. See how it goes. Hopefully give somebody else a better chance at hitting. Natural 2. Never mind.
Passing it on to Win. Miles, how you doing?
Win is going to move up and take a hit with his trident.
Take a hit or give a hit?
Give a hit, right?
Yeah. That's 23 to hit.
Through our friend here, that is still just a hit.
All right, for 11 points of damage.
Oh, okay. Now this thing looks a little bloodied after that. I guess that's the 4th time it's been hit. Which brings us to Talara. Rebecca.
I know it takes 10 minutes, but could I cast Mending on Idas?
Well, you already did, so.
I can't do it again?
You can only do it once per rest, essentially.
Yeah, once per day, I think.
Yeah, once per day. That's right.
So.
Oh, yeah, once per day. Oh, man.
I would help out in the combat.
There's not a whole lot I can do. I mean, I can take another shot.
Yeah, you roll a crit.
Don't cover.
Do it.
What?
Do it. Fish for that 20, Rebecca. We all want to hear it.
It's bloodied. It's.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want him to. I'm going to remind the group, hey, that robot is looking pretty bad. Don't forget that it blows up if you kill it.
This is where
I want to get out of there.
This is where Patrick is goading you into attacking in order to make it explode on us.
I think this is going to go great.
I think
All right, you guys have fun blowing yourselves up. Talara is going to stand here at the doorway and watch.
Boo. Oh. Bumfuzzle, onto you.
All right. I'm pulling. Now that I know where the detonator is,
Boo.
I'm gonna reach in there and grab that thing and yank it right out.
You better roll a 1. What do you get?
33.
Son of a fleam. Okay.
I go right in through the side gap, and I tickle him just a little bit, and I pull it out.
Bring me those detonators.
And it used its attack of opportunity already, which means it is its turn. Can attack our good friend Kaz, which means it's going for you, Bumfuzzle. It's going long, and it's going hard. And it's going to double thwack. Try and punch you. Punch ya. Ooh, that's some really good rolling. An 18 and a 13. These are 2 hits. 2 hits against the bums. And 33 points of damage.
I'm going to lessen injury on one of those.
Oh, are you? Burning an RP?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's going to give you 5 points back, right? So 28 points of damage in total. How's Bumfuzzle doing?
Technically bloodied.
What is that? Well, I mean, are you in hit points at all? Or?
Yeah, I'm at like half hit points.
Ooh boy,
that took me from about like a quarter of my SP down to half my HP.
Oof. That's taken us to Drew. Kaz, you are cleared. Bumfuzzle is covered in hydraulic fluid, grease, and has another detonator in his little goblin hand.
You know what I'm gonna do? 2 strikes. Here we go. Strike the first. That's going to be a 23 to hit.
Hit. Son of a... Come on.
19 points of damage.
Okay. I see how it's going here. Teamwork.
Strike the second. Natural 20.
Wow. Drew's rolling rocks.
That timing.
Love it.
I believe that's going to be 36 points of damage.
You knocked my block off. Just literally punched this robot's head across the room. It goes soaring. Thanks to our Patreon subscribers, and particularly this time thanks to Paul F., who says, character PSA, don't let your soul be dragged down by gravity.
Hey, I appreciate that as a longtime Gundam fan. Thank you very much.
And that's why it was yours, Drew, this time. It had, I think, exactly 19 hit points left, so much more overkill than you needed. You were taking this thing out no matter what. And we're out of combat. As like the second you knock its head off, and you guys are like panting, breathing. You've been shot and stabbed here. Your comms light up again.
I feel fine.
Yeah, of course.
So do I.
I couldn't. I was not allowed to detect through. I hate so much. Bumpuzzle, bleeding, panting, covered in hydraulic fluid.
Nikithi, pass me that healing serum we got from that that thing.
Yeah, he tosses.
And what's a Mark II? Is that 2D8?
Mark II healing serum. It's 2d8.
3 or
3d8? 3d8.
I think it's 2D.
I think it's 3d. I think you're right. I was wrong.
Right? Was I right initially? 3d8?
I think so.
Let me pop it up real quick.
Yeah, let's double check before I do this cool roll.
No.
I'm like 5,000% sure. So
Okay.
even if I'm wrong, you get that extra d8, Drew. You earned it.
Oh.
Son of a.
That was the critical hit effect.
I really wanted
The
these things to
1d8.
explode, you monster.
Oh, well, it's only 8 HP back. So, sorry.
That'll do. That'll do. Thank you.
Some HP back, indeed. You guys can collect yourself. I imagine you want to take a quick 10-minute break.
Yeah, if that's possible.
Why don't we take a
Quick half-hour break.
Yeah, why don't we take a quick 20?
Yeah, I'm gonna step out. I'm gonna step out of the chamber and down the hallway to this little plastic door. Take 10.
Don't come in here, guys.
Meanwhile,
Yeah, I'd be okay
Kaz
with
is,
an 8-hour nap myself as a spellcaster.
Meanwhile, Kaz and Win are popping Aeon stones out of these robots.
Just a reminder, Rebecca, that is not how it works. You would have to wait like 24 hours to get
Oh
spells
my
back.
god.
Yeah,
Spellcasters
that's
are the worst.
not really in your cards right now, guys, because as soon as like 5 minutes into this 10-minute break, Mulgerber opens up comms and it's like, what's taking you guys so long? Are you okay? Come in.
Hey there, Mulgerber. We're just fine. We're just taking a little bit of breather here.
Bumpuzzle, are you answering comms while on the toilet? Can you please not?
And then I just mute my mic real quick.
Making pickles out here.
God.
Turlet pickles. Merkelber says, like, well, come back with that data soon. I'm discovering more and more as I work on the Rune Drive. I've already found out one of its greatest secrets.
What's that? I have an idea.
Click. Why, I found out how to be continued. Next week. Oh, beans. We'll finish this bathroom break and 10-minute rest next time as you've eliminated one of the 3 labs down here in Lower Orelos.
We still need to hack into the computer and stuff, right? Like, we've got some more investigating.
That is true.
Yep.
That is true. Here, there is indeed a little bit more, and we'll figure out what happens then next time as we get back to Lower Orelos. Guys, thanks so much for playing with me.
Thank you.
Thank you, Patrick.
you.
Appreciate it.
That was fun, except for not exploding. I want to explode every episode. You know me, guys. Maybe next time. We'll see. I'll put some more of these robots. I'll just scatter them around the facility.
Just with 1 hit point.
It's like beep, beep, beep. Everyone out there, thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.
Good night.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to this week's episode of Cosmic Crit. This episode has been made possible through a sponsorship with Roll20 and the backing of our Critamander fans on Patreon. Thanks again and have a great week.